This is part two. Um, but yeah, no, you should be trans. That voice in my ear would be like, no, and I would be fighting back and forth, like, damn it. It was nerve wracking. It was really nerve wracking. But okay, so what you see on this picture is breast. I grew breast from being on hormones. Now, let me say this. The Lord told me not to take that damn medicine. He said, do not take it. And, I always wanted to, have breasts because I was really just a man with women's clothes on then, you know. And so I would see other men with breasts and that the ones that are trying to live like women, I would see them. I'm like, damn, I wish I could, have breasts, or I wish I could, you know, um, grow wider hips or whatever. Um, and so those people, now these are, let me tell you something, these were angels. Now, the reason why I say these were angels when I would deal with male men, different men along my years, and they would ask me, do I have breasts? And I would say, no, but I want them. And it was just like an angel came over the man and was like, you don't need breasts. You don't need breasts. You're fine just the way you are. You look fine just the way you are. Don't get breasts. Don't go and get hormones. Don't add stuff to your body. You're fine the way you are. And every man that I would come in contact with say that. And so I look at it as that was the Lord telling me, or an angel, a messenger saying, don't do it. Don't do it. You're fine just the way you are. Don't do it. And that's what kept me for so long from, like, not taking hormones. But I decided like 3 years ago to start taking them. And, that's what happened. It grew me, a breast. And so now I'm dealing with that as a consequence. I should have never gotten it. And I'm dealing with that right now in my life today. I regret getting breasts, because now I have to have them surgically removed, and I never went under the knife before. So this is going to be something new to me. But this is who I am now. And yes, I'm so happy to be him again. It's a blessing. It's a blessing because not too many there's so many different people out here that are under a strong delusion and they don't even realize that they're under a strong delusion. They think that they were created to be that way. But again, I wasn't created to be a female. I was molested as a child. And that molestation, it took me into a deep confusion as a child. I didn't know what was right and what was wrong, I just knew how I felt after the molestation. And, I ran with it. But the Lord, this is who I am today. He said, son. And now I've been, a couple of months without one hormone. So my body's going back to normal. Thank God. But the breasts are still here, And so now they're starting to look more like man boobs. Then they looked like, women's breasts. And the reason why I titled it back then, because that was definitely back then. This was back then, guys. And this is who I am now. I'm serving the Lord. And that's how it is. You have to give it all up. You have to make that choice. When the Lord call you out of the world, you got to say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm giving it up. And I'm coming to serve the Lord completely. And you can't have one foot on the broad path and then another foot on the narrow. It's not going to work because both of those paths are going to change. They're going to go into curves and, spread apart. The map is going to change. And so it's like your legs are stretching from, how two boats are together on the ocean, and you're standing on both of them. One foot is on one boat and then the other is on the other one. But as the ocean moves and flows, the boats start to pull apart. And soon, as the boats are pulling apart, you're gonna have to take one foot off of, one of the boats. Which one are you going to take it off of? Are you going to take it off of the boat that leads to the narrow path? Or are you going to take your foot off of the boat that leads to